when I was growing up as like a gay black male, like it just felt like that pressure, like your parents expect you to be straight. Everyone expects you to be straight. Like, I can act like me. I can try to act like a straight boy, but that's a lot of perfection. but,
Me for
but
18
like,
years? No, I'm just kidding.
yes. Oh, wow. That's a lot. 18 years, that's too long for me. Ooh, child, I would have been busted out that closet. Those closet doors would have been broken. I don't know how you did that one, Asante. I'm pretty sure your closet was organized, honey.
I don't know how
But
I made it
anyway,
either.
18 years?
Yeah.
That's
19 for me,
long.
so. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Tik Tokin podcast with
Asante,
and Brian.
a podcast where we highlight TikTok creators specifically from underrepresented communities to get to know them on a deeper level and give them the credit they deserve.
Today we have Alda Vincii, whose TikTok name is at Alda Vincii. Currently, he has about 150,000 followers with over 2.5 million likes. Alda Vincii lives in Maryland. He's 17 years old, and he is known for his viral videos where he does creative comedic skits and shares personal stories.
Today we're going to be talking about his rise to fame, some of his viral TikTok videos where he does memorable skits, and his experience and story being an openly LGBT person and a Black creator. Brian and I want to start off by saying we're so happy to have you as our fourth guest on the TikTok and
I'm so
podcast.
happy to be here. Like, I'm just so excited.
And we want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm excited to have my personal friend of mine on the podcast. Alda Vincii, do you want to start off by telling people how me and you know each other?
Okay, so I remember the exact day. So basically, it was this one TikTok video. This was before like I started having like viral videos. So it was this one TikTok video that did pretty well for back then. It got like around 4,000 likes or something like that, and it was like my transformation video. And I remember he was like, "King, you dropped it. I mean, like you dropped something. I forgot what you said in the comment section." And I was like, "Oh my god, like let me follow him because like at this time, like Asante, your platform is like really big. Like, you know, I mean, well, right now your platform is still really big." And I was like, "Okay, let me follow him." And that's when I joined your live one day and you followed me. And I was like, "Oh wow." And that's when you hit me in my TikTok DM saying like, "I keep doing what you're doing. I love the videos you're making and stuff." And I was like, "Oh my god, he's so supportive." And that's how we became friends. We started texting, and then like one time we got on FaceTime. That was awkward. That was awkward. That was awkward. And then we got used to each other, and yeah, and look at us.
Exactly. Yeah. That was real. That was really funny. Like meeting you the first FaceTime. It was really really awkward because we didn't know what
It
to
was awkward.
expect. It's different when
I
you're
know.
like seeing someone on your For You page and then like actually talking to them.
Right. I was like, because at first I was just like, it was a cover up personality. Like, I was so
I remember. I
professional.
remember.
I was like, oh, wow. Like, I was being so professional. I don't know why.
For those who don't know, how can you explain your content?
So that's a good question. But right now, I would just describe it as making skits. I just want to,
Yeah.
put smile on people's faces.
Growing up, many of us thought about being like a famous influencer, like on YouTube or Vine or something like that, me included. Have you always wanted to be an influencer on social media? And did you have success on social media, like on other platforms before TikTok?
Okay, so I always been, even when I was like young, I always loved being in front of the camera. I always loved making skits.
Mhm.
I've always loved being able to like impersonate something, act out, stuff like that. So when I was in middle school, I begged my parents to buy me a studio. So I have a green screen. I have like, I used to have Final Cut Pro. I just deleted it. I need to find another editing software. If y'all have one of those, can y'all please tell me, let me know. But basically, I had like all these things like studio lights and all of that. So I made a YouTube. My YouTube did a little bit. It was okay. It only like got like 1,000 subscribers,
Mhm.
but that was it. Um, the influencer who I really, really, really wanted to be is Bretman Rock. I don't know why. He's
Yes.
like I really live for his platform. Like I really live for his YouTube. Like oh my god, I would die to be around him. And Cardi B. Not about the whole shit. I really love Cardi B.
I love Cardi B. I love both. I love both of them. Bretman Rock. He's just like, I feel like in the makeup community and beauty community, he's just like so unproblematic, and like he just stands out, like for me, you know, like I don't know, I look up to him
Right.
too.
He
Like I
does
agree.
stand out.
So we're moving on to a segment where we dive into creators' top viral videos or videos that we feel need more context to, and we pick your videos that we want to talk about. So
Ugh.
your most viral video was posted on September 10th this year. It has over 4.3 million views with over 1.1 million likes. In the video, you have a skit of how a black mom acts during virtual school. You have the character Antonio that you play as a student, and you play the black mom by wearing a shower cap. This video is really, really funny. One of my favorites that you made. The first question I have is, has your mom seen this video?
Yes, my mom was the one that kind of inspired me to do that video.
Why do you think this video blew up so much compared to your other videos?
I see. Look, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I guess it's because it's really relatable for a lot of people, not even just black people. Because I see a lot of people be like, these are Mexican moms too, Hispanic moms too.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I mean, we are kind of like, you know, hand in hand if we want to be real. And it's also relatable because we're all like, majority of America is virtual.
I'm really, really proud of you, and you're definitely gonna have more viral videos in the future.
I hope. That's my biggest fear, that it won't happen.
You also have a viral video that has over 7,000 views that you posted on June 7th of this year. This video has you taking down Confederate flags that you printed and adding fake tears to your face with the Black Lives Matter poster. You have a caption on the video saying, when you're a closeted racist, but you do anything for clout. What did you mean by the video, and what message do you want people to take from this video?
Okay, so that was the time where a lot of things were happening. I believe that's when George Floyd was, all the protests for George Floyd was happening. That exact day, the reason why I had that poster, because that was my second protest for that exact week. That was my second protest, and I seen some people who, like, I've heard, because I live in Maryland, it's kind of like, just because it's like certain parts of Maryland, people think it's like, you know, really bad, but Maryland is more so like, even though it's a blue state, it's also have a lot of like flaws when it comes to it. Like, I've heard some people said something kind of racist, and they were at the protest crying, but it was just kind of like, like, are you just doing this for IG? And I've seen this sound, and I was like, oh my God, like, I want to use this, because I just literally came from my protest, and I was like, hold up, let me print out a Confederate flag and tape it on the wall and pull it down and put fake tears to act like I'm crying. And I feel like a lot of other influencers at this time who don't really care about Black Lives Matter movement was just doing it for the clout of it. And I know it's sad to say, but like, let's be real, some influencers really just did not care. That's how I came up with that. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that one to blow up as well.
My last question. You've made multiple videos of you telling your personal story about a DL. And for those of you who don't know, a DL in this context means a gay or bisexual man who is not out yet with his girlfriend. Can you tell us the story and tell us what has happened since those videos?
Okay, so first of all, let me just get this straight. I had multiple experiences with DL, and it's not really that big of a deal, but for all the other gay boys that's watching, please don't do it. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time. It's just like, at this point, I know it might sound like crazy, but like, it's usually a benefit for them. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just not worth it. You're talking about the story, the DL entanglement story you want to hear about. So that story, the boy told me he was out when me and him were like on FaceTime. He told me he was out. He was like, yeah, he's out, da da da. Me, as I already told you, Asante, I don't do like those meetups, not me. Not, but that's kind of nasty to me. So I never met up with him at all. Like, I wasn't going to do that. Like, that was just like, I'm not that type of person. And when I seen him at this car show, because in Maryland right now, car shows are really big. Well, more so in the DMV area. If you don't know what DMV is, it's DC, Maryland, Virginia. So it's these car shows that everyone goes to. And I seen him, and he kept staring at me, and I was staring at him. I was like, oh, wow, he looks so much better in person. And I was like, oh, let's see if he's going to say hi. He kept staring at me, and I was like, oh, sorry, you wanna say hi? He was like, no, and hurry up and kissed his girlfriend. And I was like, I felt so embarrassed right there because two of my homegirls was right there and they just busted out laughing. I had to laugh it off. I was embarrassed. That was like where I call quits. I'm like, yeah, I will never talk to a DL anymore. And I was just like, you know what? That was a funny story time when I was thinking about it. And I was just like, let me share it because, a lot of people have these same experiences. So let me share this. And I was just, I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing to me now. I should delete that video now, but I don't know.
I feel like as like a gay person, there's definitely a lot of those like boys that you like are questioning or like are flirting with you and you just don't know. And like I just for me like I don't mess with that either just because like I don't want to like get involved with somebody who's not like secure, like with who they are yet,
That's the point. It's the secure, like, okay, if they're not out in the closet, that's kind of fine. Like, I can understand certain people have different, different like households. So, like, say for instance, like
Yeah.
they might get kicked out. I understand that, but if you're not secure in your sexuality and you want to like come over to this side
Mhm.
and you expect us to like, kiss up to you, I'm not with that. I would never expose someone who's in a closet though.
Same.
Like I would never expose. Yeah, I would never do that because that's cruel. But for me messing with someone in the closet as of right now, especially if they're not secure in themselves, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
Not for me anymore. At first, it was for me, not for me anymore. Gotten too far.
So, I want to know about your experience as an openly gay person. Personally, I know that it can be hard coming out, especially like within the Black community. So, how was your coming out experience? Do you have any advice for people coming out or coming to terms with their sexuality?
Okay, so my coming out story, you want like, I have two parts. I have one with my household and one with the public. One with my household, like my mom, she accepted me like soon as I told her what she used to do. Like it took her a while to get used to it. So like she wanted me to still be like this masculine figure. And I'm like, listen, I understand I'm still a man first, but I'm not masculine. So stop trying to put this toxic masculinity, this toxic masculine image on me.
Yeah.
And I basically like, I know that like she wanted, because I'm her only child. So like I know that she wanted like me to be like this masculine person. So I kind of was a little rebellious with that, and I just started being really flamboyant out in public. And yeah, my whole family, like, she didn't have a problem with my family knowing. She felt like that was for me to tell them, but I didn't feel like I had to tell anyone like in my family. So I just started, being me. They know now, of course. School. I was when I was trying to come out, but it was hard. So I told a close friend that I know would say something, and she kind of told everybody. And next thing I know, it was like a really big topic at the time. I started losing friends at that time, but I gained so much more. For my advice, even if someone is being homophobic towards you, do not break. Do not show them that it's affecting you. Act like it doesn't affect you. Keep it pushing, keep it moving, because if they feel like they have something something against you, they're going to keep using that against you. So a lot of people like back then, especially, they always said like they loved how bold I was, how carefree I was, but deep down inside, I did care about certain homophobic comments and stuff because that gets to anybody. I mean, there are two gay men on here, so I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
That will get to anyone, but I act like I did not care. I act like I didn't give a fuck. So a lot of people just started becoming my friends after that, and I just basically started moving to the beat of my own drum. And now I really just don't care. Like I don't care what anyone had to really say about my sexuality because that's just a part of me.
On a lighter note, who or what has been like the craziest moment on TikTok for you? Favorite celebrity or creator who's interacted with you?
I know this might sound crazy, but I don't really go on TikTok to like look at other creators. Asante at the time was like that big creator. Like I know this might sound crazy, but he really was. Yes, you and Sean, like that's the only like big creators. Like I was like, oh wow, like that's so cool that like now I'm able to interact with them. The craziest moments on TikTok is just that those DMs are weird. Like some of those DMs are really, really weird. Someone texts me like gay, and I'm like, I don't know what to say to this. Like there is just certain weird moments on TikTok with the DMs. And one time I went on live and I'm like I said, I'm a normal person. So when I went on live, they made me like start the Zoom chat. When I started it, like people were like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe I'm talking to you," and it just felt so weird to me. I'm like, I'm a normal person. Like it just felt so weird, and like they were shy. Like it just felt so weird. Like I don't know. It was pretty cool though, but it just felt so weird for me. It really felt weird.
I relate to you because I had that experience too when we've had all these like moments where we thought TikTok was going to be deleted. I like had a few Zooms and like there was about like 10 to 12 people that came. They're all like little kids and they were just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking to you." Like it was those are really really cool though. Like to like really
They're
really talk to people. Yeah.
They're cool, but like I don't want nobody to like feel like they're shy to talk to me. Like I never like even in school, like if we want to talk back about the school experience, I have so many people like say, "Oh my god, I always wanted to be your friend." Especially people who are in the closet in my school. They'll be like, "Oh, I always wanted to be your friend." I'm like, I'm a cool person. You do not have to be shy to talk to like I'm definitely like a lot of people like realize I'm down to earth in a way. Like I'm cool. Like you don't have to be shy to talk to me. Like that was just so yeah. But it's cool though.
Yeah, and I feel like if you get to talk to Alda Vincii and you get to know him, like he's just a really cool guy. Like he's really easygoing and like I don't know why people are intimidated by you or whatever. Like you're really really cool.
No, either. That it's even like in person, like Asante, like this is even school life. Like they would think like I was stuck up or something until they actually got to know me. So many people tell me that like from the outside I look stuck up, I look mean, a lot of different things. But when they actually get to know me, I'm very like down to earth.
And I think that's one of the things that makes you like stand out as a creator in my eyes. What do you think makes you stand out from the rest of other creators on TikTok?
I guess because I've actually put thought into like my skits. Like I can act two different characters. I can honestly act multiple different characters at once. Like I can act like a teacher. I can act like a mother. I can act like me. I can try to act like a straight boy, but that's a lot of but
me for 18 years? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Oh wow. That's a lot. 18 years, that's too long for me. Ooh, child, I would have been sent out that closet. Those closet doors would have been broken. I don't know how you did that one, Asante. I'm pretty sure your closet was organized, honey.
I don't know how.
But anyway, 18 years?
Yeah.
That's
19
long.
for me, so.
Brian beat me.
Brian beat you? Brian, how long have you been out?
I came out to my parents in May. That was like the first people I came out to. Besides TikTok, I came out on TikTok.
How old are you, Brian?
I'm 20 now. So like.
Oh my God.
This is like a new.
Me and Brian are both kind of like.
We're fresh.
Yeah, we're really fresh because I've been out for like a year, 2 years.
We're baby gays. Yeah.
Also, I think you also have to remember too, like everybody has like their own like different experiences. And like, I feel like when I was like in high school, when I was in middle school, even if it's a few years, just like the way that people accept gay people now is like, it's crazy. Like it changed in like 1 or 2 or 3 years. So that makes a big difference for me and Brian too. Me and Brian have very similar experiences, even though it's 1 or 2 years.
When I came out, I had a really bad defense like mechanism. Like basically like I thought everyone was going to be against me, but it was just kind of like my sexuality was eating me up. Like I could not live this fake straight life. Like that was just not for me. I was like, yeah, I had too much personality for me to just throw it away. Like I want to share my personality to the world. Like it wasn't that. It wasn't more so about the acceptance part, but I guess we can say acceptance does play a part in it. And like you're right. In 2 or 3 years, acceptance for the LGBT has changed a lot. Look at TikTok. Look how many people support the LGBT. Like that's crazy.
And I think it really, really, like, I can't speak on every gay person. Like, I never want to do that. But, like, I think it's just really, really important to note that, like, everybody has their own, like, unique experiences, like, their own insecurities and, like their own household things that they're, like, battling. So it's really, really, you can't really generalize it. But I think, like, historically, like, if you look at, like, LGBT history, like, we're really in a climate right now where it's, like, every year I feel like it's more and more and accepted, and I think both of you guys like can agree for that.
Yeah.
That is so weird that it's more accepting even though that we have a certain president in office. Like that's another key.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's just like now I feel like that technology is now taking over for Gen Z. Honestly, we're kind of taking over this whole social media platform and stuff. I feel like a lot of people are now starting to come out more
Yeah.
as like
Yeah.
bisexual because sexuality isn't. I always say this. I hate when people think of sexuality as black and white. No, there's a great
Right.
like sexuality is a
It's
spectrum.
a spectrum.
It's not just gay and straight. It's not even just gay and bi. It's a spectrum. Like some people are pansexual. I don't know the other names.
And there's so much like room for like growth when it comes to learning about other sexualities that aren't just like gay males, because they do get the spotlight a lot of the times. You know, there's bisexual, there's lesbian, there's asexual, there's a lot of different names, and I think there's a lot of room for growth also in the LGBT community.
I just can't wait when society starts realizing that because I remember when I was growing up as like a gay black male, like it just felt like that pressure, like your parents expect you to be straight. Everyone expects you to be straight. Like I feel like hopefully in society in the future that when you're having a child, you realize that your child might not be straight. You know, like that is a possibility. Like I'm sick of like
Mhm.
society just thinking it's only heterosexual.
And it does
They're
make a big
having a
difference
child.
too, like culturally, like who you are makes a big difference, right? A white gay person and a black gay person, like their experiences are completely different. And I think that's an important thing to note too, because a lot of people try to like categorize like, oh, you're all gay, but like we all have our own like unique experiences. Me, Brian, and you, we all have our own experiences based on our height, based on our skin color, based on culturally how we identify. Like I'm biracial. You know, we all have our culture does um, is a key difference too. Instead of generalizing like everybody, you know.
So that's exactly what I've been saying. So like honestly, I would love to have more white gay friends because it just feels like for everyone to think the LGBT community is so like, together, the black LGBT community and a white LGBT community are separate. And I'm pretty sure we all kind of figured this out by now. I feel like we should all come together how we make it seem like to the world, like actually. Because it's like honestly, I was just thinking I have no white gay friends. Actually one, but like not that many. Like I was just kind of like I need more diverse friends, especially like in the gay culture, because it's like we separate each other. Why is he calling me? I can't answer.
This is like on a completely different note, but what gives you the most joy from being a creator on TikTok?
What gives me joy is that like I get to show my creativity. Like that's the really big thing about it. Like I really love making skits. I always love making skits, and now that I have a platform to do that and to get the exposure,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool. Like at first when I made YouTube, I made way probably better skits, way longer with way more editing when it comes to grade screen and all of that. And it wasn't getting like the recognition. It only get like 100 views, but now it's like it's easier for exposure. I might start doing those skits now and start posting them on TikTok, but it would kind of change like the whole school thing. I'm gonna just keep trying. Let's just say that. But what I enjoy is just the creativity part. I love being creative, and I love that it's getting recognition
I'm
because
I'm
that is a
I'm
lot of
excited
work.
to see those in the future.
Yeah,
Like
me
I
too.
love watching those.
I'm
That's good.
scared. Asante, you know my biggest fear is flopping.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you cannot be scared to like flop. Like, you know, like that. How do you can't be scared to fail? Like as a creator, like even with me and Brian in this podcast, like what if it does flop? Like we've been putting a lot of time into it, but I think if you're
Yeah.
really really passionate about something and like you give it your all and like you're yourself, like it's authentic, I think it's gonna do well. You know, it's you can't
Yeah,
always compare yourself to like views and like algorithm and likes. Like you just kind of have to do what you want, and if people like it, they like it. And if they don't, they don't. Like keep it moving. Like you know what I mean?
that is definitely true. Like a lot of videos will flop, and it's like you don't expect. Like it's like the videos you expect to blow up flop. The videos you expect to flop blows up. That's so weird to me.
Exactly. It's
And
it's so random, you
and
know?
Yeah,
Like
it is.
and that's like the TikTok algorithm for you. And if your videos are flopping, like really, really look at like what the hell, like why are they flopping? What am I doing differently that people aren't liking? You know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
always like kind of like give yourself some room to like um just like analyze like what you did like after you post a video. Oh, why did it like do so poorly?
yeah.
Like, you know?
Right. That's what I've been trying to do. I mean, my videos aren't flopping right now, but it's just not like,
Hmm.
how I want to, like, I guess because once that one viral video, I'm expecting all of them to be that, but that is so unrealistic. That is so unrealistic, but I'm going to keep pushing. I'm definitely going to keep pushing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to look back at this, podcast and be like, wow, and I thought I was going to flop. You can find me on TikTok at Alda Vincii. You can find me on Instagram at Alda Vincii. You can find me on YouTube. So I'm about to start my YouTube. I hope that doesn't flop as well. I'm about to start a YouTube. That's why I asked if y'all know any other like editing software because some reason Final Cut Pro won't download on my MacBook. Don't know why. Don't really care at this point.
Well, we had a
Yep.
really, really fun time getting to know you, Alda Vincii, and thank you so much for sharing your story and who you
Thank
are.
you.
And I think it's definitely going to resonate with a lot of people. And make sure that you follow us on all our platforms on TikTok and podcast, YouTube,
I already
Instagram,
do.
TikTok. But yeah, thank you, Alda Vincii, for coming on here. We really,
No,
really
thank
enjoyed
you
it.
all.
I want to take this time to just teach people who are watching this. There's something called intersectionality, meaning that you are everything that you are. So Alda Vincii, right? You're 17, you're black, you're gay. That's his whole identity. It's not just him being black, like, or him being gay. Like, he's everything. And I think that people forget what intersectionality means a lot of the times, right? And you're not just those things. You're a TikToker, you're a son, you're a friend, like, you know what I mean? You're so much more than just like being gay or being black. But
Right.
that's who you are. And I think some people just like to label people and like just stick to one thing, and that's it's not how things work. Like, there's a lot more complexities to labels than people, I think of.
Mhm.
And I just want to let people know that are watching this or listening to this that that is a thing, and be aware of it.